Earlier this week, famed historian Michael Beschloss sent out a tweet. In that tweet, he had a newspaper cover from 90 years ago. And it said, of course, in the New York Times, on the cover, Washington not alarmed as Hitler rises to power. That's right, they weren't alarmed. I'm sure everything would be fine. And that's why, folks, if you see me get so angry at our mainstream media today, that would be your explanation. My least favorite phrase that I see some folks use out there is, why hasn't the media learned anything from 1996 or 2000 or 2004, 2008, 2016? They don't want to learn anything. It's not about learning. These are all people. They purposely don't learn. They have learned. They ignore it. What it comes down to is a combination of conservative publishers and newsrooms and careerism. If you act too concerned, you're hysterical. You want to rise up that ladder as quick as possible, get that pay raise, or get that access for that multi-million-dollar book. That's what these guys are after.
You are an old man who thinks in terms of nations and peoples. There are no nations. There are no peoples. There is only one holistic system of systems. One vast and immane, interwoven, interacting, multivariate, multinational dominion of dollars. Petrodollars, electrodollars, multi-dollars, Reichmarks, rubles, pounds, and shekels. It is the international system of currency which determines the totality of life on this planet.
These people that blew up Hillary's emails, this non-story that attacked Joe Biden over Afghanistan, which we now know is an incredible job getting us out, that won't report the positive things he's doing. There are some good folks, I want to be clear, but these bastards in the mainstream media are completely screwing with how Americans see Joe Biden. A man who passed infrastructure legislation that created huge jobs in a bipartisan way and reduced inflation with the Inflation Reduction Act and put money into climate change. He says curses and stuff to people under him. And no presidential candidate or other candidate has ever said mean things to people working under them, except every single one ever. I've worked on 3 presidential campaigns. I know. I don't want your scandal fatigue. I don't care if 98% of the time it's the Republicans who are the scandalous, lying, corrupt, incompetent bastards. That's what you need to report so people have an accurate accounting. That's how democracy works. You tell us what we need to know, and we decide based on our values and based on information who to vote for. I'm sick of this crap. They've ignored the key stories. They've normalized Trump and DeSantis, who just put out one of the most anti-LGBTQ ads I've ever seen. Get on the media. Remember, there are good folks. Look for them and compliment them. But the New York Times and CNN, these places, they're not your friend. They're not democracy's friend, that's for sure. Democracy dying in darkness. How about democracy dying because you're writing stupid fucking stories about Joe Biden not wearing socks? Stand up. Let the media know how you feel.